Alright, I'm down at the barn. In the next video, I'm going to drag this 120 volt, 2 horsepower compressor up to the other container. I'm going to use the Solo 6.5 in its natural wired state of 120/240 to see if it can start this compressor. Then I can either A, wire this compressor for 240, which is not really a challenge, or the feature of the Solo 6.5 is it can run 120 only, and that will double its current output. So then I'm going to also try to run it with that. So stay tuned for that video. Should be quite fun. All right, inverter is functioning properly, and we got voltage on the display. Let's measure the voltage on the meter to make sure. Load. So 240, 239.8. And then I can make sure that, let's see here, between neutral and that one, 120. Yep, and neutral and that one. Yep, 120. Neutral and ground should be 0. The ground bond is at the panel. Okay, 1.5. That's acceptable. All right, now, one thing I want to do is I've got one load test, and then the rest of it I don't worry about because I know it can handle the rest of the loads. Let me put that there, although that might fall. Let me put it here. Yes, I want to do one load test, and I'll show you what happens next. Now, let's talk about section 2 of this spec sheet. This is a 6,500 watt inverter. I've got it wired at 120/240. So 6,500 watts total divided by 2. I've got 3,250 watts at 120 volts. I got 2 of those, the L1 and L2. That's a 27.083, which is about 27, and they call it 27.1. For surge, it says it'll do 13,000 volt amps for just 5 seconds. I don't know if 5 is good or bad. 20 would be better, obviously. 13,000 divided by 2 equals 6,500 at 120 volts. And for 5 seconds, I should be able to get 54.1 amps. Now, it's hard to measure. I don't have a tool to measure inrush as a graph. I have a nice fluke meter, but it can't graph it. Maybe it can. It's got a Wi-Fi logo. I digress. Again, for this experiment, I won't be pulling up any app from Fluke on my phone that lets me talk to the meter. Although that does bring a consideration, doesn't it? Anyway, let's go on. All right, for this experiment, I made up a engineering jig of current measurement. I've got my Fluke meter set on inrush, AC amps. I'm going to measure the AC amps inrush, obviously. And then I'm going to start a large air compressor with this inverter, single leg, and then I'm going to measure what the inrush is and then if it can start it. All right, let's try it. 3, 2, 1. It's right on the edge. And it did fault. So let's see here. Here. Yeah, it's going to be faulting, of course. It should auto start. We'll see. Let me go check the inrush measurement. Looks like the maximum current is 32.8. The maximum voltage is 120. I forgot if I pushed the min. Let's see here, min 0. Well, that's what happened. I needed to average this 63. Okay, I get it. Voltage didn't dip too much. It was current went above 32. All right, so now what to do? I know this is small wire, but for the test, it shouldn't be a problem. So that was a no. I'm not disappointed, but I do know that 32.8 is exceeding the inverter's capacity. And now, if I really, really needed to, I could rewire this motor for 240 volts. And I know the Solo 6.5 would then start and run this motor. Now, of course, the plug on the end is a 120 plug, but the wiring is here in this cover. and you can take the cover off, identify the wires to move around, and make this a 240 volt device. It says right here it's a 15 amps running at 120 volts and 7.5 amps running at 240 volts. We do know it's 32, almost 33 amps to start it. So that's in line with this kind of motor. And there you have it. I could rewire this. I don't need to. I put it back at the barn where it runs just fine under its power requirements here. So, information. One of the cool features about the Solo 6.5 inverter is that you can wire its AC output in one of 3 different ways. It's shipped default in where the L1 and L2 are 180 degrees out of phase, so that means that you get 120 and 240. You can also wire it with no neutral, which basically means 240 with no neutral. And then, of course, you can wire it 120 on both legs that are in phase, and so the output of the two 120 volt sides of the inverter are in parallel, combining the current, giving you the 54.2 amps maximum output on 120. So, having known that, let's change this setting number 68 on the inverter. Turn the breakers back on, and then modify the wiring. Now, this is not something to go back and forth with, I guess. You want to make it the permanent way you've got it connected. So I'll do that. I'll show you what we're going to do next. All right, the procedure for changing between 120 or 120 240 or all 240. First step is make sure your output breaker is off, because you don't want that to be on. Second step is, the second step is turn off your on and off switch. I'm going to leave it on. I'll show you why. What you'll notice if you don't turn it off, press that button. Set. Here we go. Fingers. Set button. Go up to item 68. I'm conveniently located at 63. See, and then press enter. You see, it's flashing, but if I press up to change the value, it's like, no, you can't, because I didn't turn off the inverter. Turn off the inverter. Hear that click? And now I can go up or down, no neutral, 180 out of phase, or back to 120 only. Okay, I did modify the circuit a little bit. I swapped out the double pole 30 for 2 single pole 15s. Safety first and all. They are shorted together with this short, so the two 120s are now combined as one single 120. I should be able to get 54.2 amps, running amps. And so the surge amp should be higher. I think I should be able to get the 13 kVA actually out of this thing. So I've got my meter set on inrush. Let's go over to the compressor and try it out. And action. Oh, look at that. No problem. Back over to the meter. Inrush on the 2 horsepower motor was 57.9 amps, and the inrush should be more than the running amps of 54, so it had no problem starting it. So there's the answer. At 120, 240, 2 horsepower is not enough, or it's too much for one leg. But if you rewire the inverter and you run it as 2 legs of 120 combined, because it can, then you can actually run a lot more loads. If you don't need 240 in your sub panel, then you can run everything as 120 with more output current. Now, first of all, I should have started it this way, but I'm getting it this way so you know. Don't wire stuff up like this if you're going to leave it out and try to use it that way. No, put this in an electrical panel like you're supposed to. I wanted to try this experimental setting, or for me it was an experiment. It is a normal setting. This is normally how it can be wired. I'm going to put it back to 120/240 because A, I don't need a compressor here, and B, my electrical panels are already wired for where they anticipate a 120/240 wiring scheme. All right, success. All right, here is the electrical panel that feeds this container. You can see there aren't any 240 volt loads. So this is a candidate for 120 only wiring. Now, if I parallel L1 and L2, I have a couple considerations. The rules for paralleling conductors, not overstraining, undersizing my neutral, and also making it safe. And then, of course, I'll need to label the box 120 only. And so you can do this safely. Let me show you what I would do here. First step is make sure your output breaker is off because, you know, you don't want that to be on. Then, 0. Here, 0. Okay, next. Then I located these items. Stand by. Ta-da! A 4-port. I think it's 14 to number 4 fit in here. This is a 1 bar that has set screws. You'll see. So a set screw sets the wire and the port holds the wire. These are all connected together internally. I'm just going to use one of these, and so I have the others for some other project. You'll see where this goes and why. And now, all right, paralleled. Both 120s come in from the inverter. From the inverter here, and they go out to their right and the left, L1 and L2, but they're tied together as one unit here. Now, of course, you only want to have that setting turned on, and otherwise, no bueno. But this is how I would do it, and this gives me the full 108 amps of inrush for any one particular device that needs it. So, that's my 2 cents on that. Be safe out there. In conclusion, the Solo 6.5 inverter has a great inrush, 5 seconds or less, and when wired and programmed for 120/240, it's 54.1 amps. And the special feature is when it's wired for 120 only, it's double that, 108.2 amps. So that's a great option for people that have some induction load that they want to start, and they could use the 120 feature. Otherwise, the regular inrush is just fine. This is a great solution. It was easy to install. I love it. So, thanks for watching, and do all the YouTubey stuff. Like and subscribe.